what the big deal about Cracker Jack is. Did you ever go and buy a pack of Cracker Jack thinking you're going to get a prize and find no prize in the box?
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Freehand is beating his net at the plate. Crawford is over there watching. Good see, sir. You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row.
That brings us perfectly into, I think, a segment we're going to have every week all year. Mune versus McGonigle. As these are our your White Sox Homer Rookie of the Year pick, Nostradamus prediction show preseason, and my Homer Rookie of the Year pick, Kevin McGonigle, going head to head. And they both made history already in the first week of baseball. So
that's right.
Kind of working perfectly. Murakami had home runs in each of his first 3 games to start his major league career. McGonigle had 4 hits in his debut with the Tigers.
Insane.
But the similarities don't end there. I gave you. Do you have that pulled up? All the stats we got over here. I think we're just going to tabulate how they rank in offensive categories. I've also got the WAR listed, which, I mean, this early into the season, it's kind of hard to decipher, but it's impressive that positive WAR players already 9 games in the season, but
exactly
both are certainly making an impression. So I think this is going to be a worthwhile segment. It's perfect for us between a White Sox and a Tiger. So
yeah, I think one thing what we take away from both of these guys is they are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing for their teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is what's most important. You know, Murakami was told, don't worry about your batting average, hit home runs for us. That's what we brought you here to do.
McGonigle's already leading
you're
off
like a
tonight.
5, you're like a 5. Is he considered 5-tool guy, or is he any good with stolen bases?
Power is probably the least of his abilities, but that's coming, and it will be coming as he's only 21 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's 5 tools.
Yeah. So here's where we'll go. So with hits, Mac has 10, Mooney 7.
You called him Mac.
Mick,
we got to talk about this too.
Yeah.
I've been talking to my Tigers friends. Like, we need a nickname for Kevin McGonigle. McGonigle is just a weird ass last name. It's actually a Simpsons character, kind of a spoof of Dirty Harry.
It's also a professor from Harry Potter.
Yeah. I've seen like Google AI for nicknames for Kevin McGonigle say he's known as the Methodical McGonigle.
Oh boy.
Just awful. Method Man, based on that, is another nickname. I'm not a big fan. So I don't know if there's a good name. Mac just makes sense, but anybody with a Mick in their last name could have that. So,
I mean, you have it written down as Mac G. I mean,
I just kind of made that just so it lined up with Mooney.
What's up, Jay?
Canopic and I came out, or at least I did, just in text chains back and forth. I'm just going to randomly call him Hacksaw. Kevin Hacksaw McGonigle. Like, I don't know why. I'm calling him Hacksaw from now on, just to see if it sticks somehow. See if it put that out in the internet, the webosphere. See if
Hacksaw, you said?
Hacksaw.
All right.
I don't know why. I like it though.
Yeah, I haven't really totally thought. Like, I was trying to think of something that didn't come off as racist for
Mooney?
For Mooney, other than Mooney.
Unfortunately,
because he does a lot of moonshots, but the racism has already been handled.
Yeah, I mean, your TV announcer handled I'm not sure if it's totally racist. It's just not great cultural appropriation.
He claims he asked him.
That's fine. Yeah, he was so excited in the broadcast to tell everyone and Gordon Beckham what his new nickname was, and he said he ran it by Murakami. But what's Murakami's gonna say when the TV guy comes up to you in a foreign language? You know, say, "Do you like this nickname?" And like, is he gonna tell him to fuck off? Like, probably just, I don't care. But the idea that John Schriffen came up with the South Side Samurai,
yeah,
so proud of it.
Yeah, he was
kind of ignoring some obvious cultural appropriation. Gordon Beckham's reaction was priceless. Oh wow! He didn't. I don't think he necessarily wanted to endorse it. He was definitely surprised by it, but it just leads to all sorts of things. I mean, you mentioned like the unfortunate T-shirts available outside of Wrigley back in the 2000s
for Fukudome,
and whatever other Japanese player they would have over time. But yeah, it led to some unfortunate things.
I think the one thing we can note here is the countdown clock on Schifrin is officially started because the organization came out as
so they're not
appalled,
not a fan of the
nickname. And this is kind of how things went down with your broadcaster.
Yeah, it was Jack Morris a couple years ago that kind of he forgot what he was talking about, but he came up, he said something in a fake Japanese accent, which was just Asian accent of sorts, and it just was lame. So yeah.
Oh no, I forgot about that. I was thinking of how you ended up with Benetti.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of something totally different. Yeah,
I forgot about the Jack. That Jack Morris thing is awful.
Yeah, we made him asshole of the week for that. I don't know if John Schriffen should be the asshole of the week necessarily.
Well, hey man, I ran it by Murakami. I gave him a couple of choices, and
do we dare to come up with our own nicknames that are less not necessarily offensive, but just a little more appropriate?
I mean,
Moonshot.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude, no. That's exact. I was like in the process of saying Moonshot with you.
Well, I've heard that before. We didn't make it up.
I've made it up right now. I've never heard it.
I mean, this is not going to fly at all, but maybe, it's too culturally appropriate.
Inappropriate?
The Nippon Bomber?
Yeah, no.
I mean, we're Japanese. I don't know. That's probably along the same lines as Southside Samurai. The Babe Ruth of the Rising Sun.
Calm down over there.
I don't think that'll work either.
I think Moonshot is a good one for now.
What about the Southside Sadahara O?
Okay, Schifrin.
Well, Sadahara O is basically the Babe Ruth of the Japanese league. Actually, he has 100 more home runs than Babe Ruth ever had. So I don't know if that's racist. It's just
maybe not.
It's just like people calling Schwarber Babe fucking Ruth. I don't know. Moonshot seems to be fine. Mooney's.
Mooney's fine.
Everybody already knows who you're talking about as soon as you say Mooney. So I think we could probably land on that.
We might workshop this a little bit. Might have a surprise for you next week. Might have a surprise for you next week. I'll put it into AI, see what they tell me.
Oh, yeah. That works out great for everybody.
It does. It always works out great. All right, let's continue on with the discussion.
So the segment, I guess, for now, we'll call it Mooney versus McGonigle.
Yeah. McG! So it was 10 hits to 7 hits because I'm sure everyone forgot by now because we just went off on a rail for the last 10 minutes.
McGonigle with 10 hits?
10 hits, yeah. Mooney was 7. Mooney
That's one of the only categories that McGonigle leads in, so I wanted to make sure that was pointed out.
Mooney was 7 runs. McGonigle with 5 rins in
yeah, sorry.
4 home runs
fingers.
To 0 for Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney's only had 1 home run in the last 6 games, so it's tough times for him.
He did have an RBI though. Yes.
All right.
7 RBIs to 5 RBIs. Mooney to McGonigle. 955 OPS for Mooney. 865. Now, Mooney leads suddenly after McGonigle had jumped out to a big lead in strikeouts after the second game, but Mooney has 13 Ks and McGonigle only has 5. Is that accurate, or did you reverse that?
What are you talking about?
I think you reversed that.
I did not. Mooney's got 13 strikeouts.
He does?
Yes.
McGonigle only has 5 after he had 3 strikeouts in the second game of the season?
You are correct, sir. That's how he's got an OPS in the 860s. With no home runs.
That is fucking impressive.
All he does is hit and get on base.
Because Mooney has a shit ton of walks too. That's why his hits are like at 7.
I didn't break out the walks just because it's covered in OPS. But we can look that up if
so is hits. Ryan
going forward.
if you want to be technical. Anyway, and then
Yes.
the war. Mac has a
Yeah.
0.5 and Mooney has a 0.2. But
that can,
like you
I mean,
said,
obviously
this
that's base running and defense. McGonigal's actually been really surprisingly solid on defense, continuing that through spring training. I'm a little surprised they're not closer in war, but it's so early to be calculating war. That's going to make more sense down the line.
I mean, honestly, like, are we doing like a declaration for the week? Is that the plan here, or just keep an eye on it and discuss? Because I think they're both doing what they're supposed to be doing, like I said earlier. And I mean, I think we're just lucky to have two really great rookies right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I think later on in the season we can start saying like who's got a better chance at Rookie of the Year and things like that.
I think it's almost like it's a meter. Like we're leaning
Yeah.
one way or the other. So right now I think we need to lean more towards Mooney.
Mooney, yeah, I would
not,
lead
but not
towards
drastically.
I would say like 51-49 or something like that.
I could go 55-45, but yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
55-45, yeah.
I'll make a graphic for that.
Okay, thank God.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
One guy poured beer all over my head. The guy said, how can you take that? I said, look, that man didn't do nothing. He poured some beer on my head. He's just showing he's a White Sox fan. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Sparky, a million thanks for, as always, the most interesting interview. And now today, let's just have a lot of thrilling baseball and not so many fisticuffs.